everybody. I've had quite a time trying to put this video together. You wouldn't believe what it took. But I'm good. I'm ready. And I'm going to roll this out as quick as possible for you guys. Get it done and get it out there. So you guys submit your questions and ask Amy. So if you go to amysatori.com and you click on Ask Amy, then you can submit a question for the Q&As every week. And in there, I have included a little area where you have just a little phrase that you can enter in, or a word or two, or even a number to come up in the love reading every month. If I do a little drawing, I have a little bowl and I put all of your little synchronicities in there. So you'll put like somebody put Winnie the Pooh, or it could be an arrow, or it could be, a certain animal, or whatever makes you think of your true love. Or it's like, could even be a moment or a song or whatever it is. You guys submit those every time that you enter a question in for the thing. So we have like 60 now. We have about 60. So that's kind of fun, right? So what I do is I just draw a couple of people out of there or a couple of signs and synchronicities, and I just give you a little bit more additional information for you. So, but having said that, as with everything that I do, I try to make it as universal as possible. If that person's sign actually speaks to you, that's your sign too. Just, no need to be particular that it wasn't you that submitted the question that ended up getting the sign or synchronicity. Doesn't matter. The universe works much more, much broader than we imagine and than what we think. So if it resonates, period, end of story. It doesn't even matter if it's somebody else's resonation. We're all one anyway. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so just for fun. So we're doing that probably towards the end. But for fun, I thought that we would do a spread on, this is called the Masculine Report. If you look in my playlist, all about true love, you'll find out, all the different types of true love relationships. Ooh, that's a good sign. All the different types of true love relationships and how those work and all that kind of stuff, and about karmics and about, I don't know, all of it. It's all there. You should browse through and just kind of check it out sometime if you haven't yet. But the masculines are the ones that kind of, at least during the separation phase of true love partnership, they're the ones that are kind of elusive for a little while. And they go get abused by karmic people and feel worthless, and their self-esteem is really low for a while. And when they've had enough getting beat up by themselves and the other person, then they finally have their senses come to them, and they realize that they really want to be with their true love and want to be treated nicely. And have a real partnership where both of you are actually having a great time and having a wonderful time together in the bed, as well as out and about and in your daily lives, and have somebody wonderful to talk to you and have great sex with, and the whole package. So when they feel like they really deserve the whole package and they don't fall for any more of the shenanigans, then they go for their true love, which is probably you, or you may be the one that was in the bad relationship that's now coming to your senses. So both of you watch. Both of you watch my channel. But these reports are for the masculines, because the feminines are always wondering what the heck is going on with them. Where are they at right now? Because they're not talking. Usually they're ghosting, which is why I have a ghoster deck. If you go to amysatori.com/store, you'll see that there's a deck called the mini ghoster deck. And it's like that was the pet deck. I can't see them because they're all facing the other way. Anyway, it's in there. So, that's for people who, for the feminines, to give them a little support through that time of separation. Okay, what is this one? Oh, this is what it looks like. That's the mini ghoster deck. And it's mini because it's smaller. Okay, so just for fun, I thought that I would do like our regular spread, but I thought we would pull one of each of the cards that I've made. one of each of the oracle cards, or like maybe even a couple. I don't know. We'll see what spirit does with it. But first, we're going to do the spread now. I did not create this deck, but it's a fun little mini deck. All right. So where are the masculines at right now? Where are the masculines at? So in a lot of times, the true love journey actually coincides with what's going on in our world, which is why I cover it. I had somebody make a comment like, hey, I hope you'll be putting out another Great Awakening video soon, because I'm not into the whole true love thing. And I'm like, yeah, sure, you're not. And you're probably just with a karmic that treats you like crap. And that's why you don't want to deal with it. And that's why you just want to like focus on the world stuff. But honestly, it's like we really need true love right now in our world. It's very important. It's not just fluff and unicorns just for the hell of it. And it's not, it's not a distraction. It's actually a main component in saving our earth and saving human beings. Okay. It's important. So get away from that karmic, dude. Okay, so where are the masculines at? Oh, he's thinking about you. In his heart, he knows that he needs to like act out of integrity because he probably hasn't in the past. He wants to be grounded and mature. This is interesting. So I think he's thinking about you and wanting to come out and maybe take a road trip. I think he's trying to find work that actually resonates for him. Like, I think he's really been reevaluating. Wow, this is very interesting. Okay, so let me pull these cards. Wow. Okay. Wow. Gosh, this is interesting. You might have some surprise communication coming in. Well, he really looks up to you and he thinks that he could have a lot of success with you, maybe even travel the world. Like he really puts you on a pedestal and thinks you're pretty damn amazing. And, he sees you flourishing and he sees you financially independent. He's like, look at her, damn, that's my woman. And he's like super proud of you and looking at whatever you're doing. And he's like, just thinking you are just like the cat's meow. Like you are like, wow, he is really impressed by you. So he's thinking about you a lot. And I feel like he's juggling all kinds of things right now. Like, it's interesting because you've got 3, 4, 5 men right here and a little boy that's spying. But these 5 men, I feel like he's trying to figure out like what kind of man he wants to be. It's like he's the man that he always wanted to be growing up, but he's trying to figure out like how to put all the men together, all the different men, like the father, the breadwinner, like all the different roles. He's trying to make it all like one person, like fit it all together instead of being kind of segmented and being like in this situation, he shows this face. And in that situation, he shows that face. And he's kind of broken himself up and he's like, when he was a people pleaser, he was like that. He would just be a certain way with different people, different groups. I feel like now he's trying to be more integrated is what it feels like. So he's trying to balance out the way that he was kind of topsy-turvy. And I feel like there was an inconsistent energy. Like I feel like even the women in his life could have been really distrusting. Like, who are you? Because I walk into the bar and you're talking to your friends about this and that. And then over here, you're like, somebody who would never talk about that kind of stuff. And then over here, when you're talking to your mom, it's like this other stuff. And it's like, what in the world? So I feel like he's thinking about you and how he looks at you, and he's trying to kind of match that energy. Like, she's consistent. She puts the same face everywhere. She's able to show, and it's not a sex or gender thing. So the roles could be reversed, but basically they're looking at you and they're seeing how consistently you show up and how you really, you present yourself authentically to everybody across the board. Like, you're not putting on a face. Obviously, you're not going to be, you're going to be more vulnerable when you have a more intimate relationship with somebody than you are with strangers, for example. But, overall, you're consistent in your message and in what you put out there. Okay. So Yeah, and he's thinking about you a lot, and he's having to think about you so much because he's not with you, and he wants to be with you, and he wants to travel to you. So in his heart, he's working really hard to take some kind of action out of integrity. So this all could also represent the Mr. T in our world. Um, so maybe he's working for or with Mr. T. If you guys have some celebrity counterparts, that could be a hint to you, a little wink that he could be working for the alliance. See, the world does integrate into the love thing. Or it could be that he's in the military or working for the military, working with the military, or he's thinking of doing that, or he could be actually just kind of trying to switch his work tactics or his work or his career over to something that's more aligned for him, that feels right for him, that really resonates for his heart and feels good for him to do every day. Like every day when he wakes up, he feels proud of himself and the work that he does. So if he doesn't feel, or he might be trying to earn more money too, but he's trying to do it in such a way that it feels good for him and it feels right for him. Now, it could include, because we just talked about him traveling to you, it could mean that he's looking for something like work in your area, or he's looking to just be closer to you and do something that's like a passion project or something like that. So he wants to express himself to you in his actions from a really grounded, mature standpoint. I feel like he was playing mind games possibly in the past. Doesn't want to do that anymore. It's like he's gotten well. He's gotten well. So it's like maybe he was playing mind games with you to kind of string you along for a bit because he felt mentally off, or like was dealing with anxiety, or was dealing with getting played with himself or something like that. To where, let's see, how would somebody do that? Like, he just couldn't be the man that he wanted to be at that time. And he didn't want you to go anywhere. So he was kind of toying with you a little bit, possibly throwing you little pings and throwing you little things out there like, hey, don't forget about me. Don't go anywhere, please. I still love you and I'm still thinking of you. Just want you to know that. So it wasn't that he was necessarily trying to mess with you, but I feel like he was also having mixed emotions and mixed feelings and just was really mixed up in his head mentally. I feel like he had yeah, I don't know what that could have been. Like maybe even if he was dealing with substance abuse, or he was dealing with like alcoholism, or he was dealing with codependency with somebody, or all the above, or you were getting mixed messages because he was really mixed up in his head. And now he wants to just like come to you like much more solid and grounded, and like presenting himself as really balanced and put together and able to provide for you, and able to provide the life that you would like, and able to provide solidity, stability, even family, something that you can depend on, something you can come home to every night. He's not going to go anywhere. So he wants to get unstuck from spying on you. He's sick and tired of just spying on you, and that's all he can do. But he also doesn't want to come to you and use harsh words. He doesn't want to say something that he regrets and feels stupid. So he's trying to get over that fear and that insecurity of saying the wrong thing, so that he can actually start going forward, even if it's slowly. It's like he's planning on going slow and steady, but he wants to like be there consistently. Like I can't commit to this, but I can talk to you once a week for a bit, but I promise to be always there for you for that hour or two every single week for a while. Like, can we do that? That way, the rest of the week he can like run away in some ways. Like if he's got to run away, he's going to do it, the days that he's not talking to you, and he commits to actually being vulnerable with you and talking to you for the 1 or 2 hours, which is good. That's a good way to kind of like, if you masculines who are watching, that might be a good way for you to be able to go ahead and cope with certain stuff, or take care of certain responsibilities and whatnot over here, and still be able to give to your feminine over here, but not give, it's not like you have to jump in and give everything all at once. It's not like that. So as long as you communicate clearly what your intentions are and why you're doing what you're doing, you could say something to the effect of, I have so many different moving parts of my life right now, and I love you. And I just want you to know that I really want to be here for you. So I want to talk to you in this way. It could be like once a day, once a week, whatever, once a month, whatever it is. um, Promise to do it and always do it, so that she can start to build trust in you, and she can start to understand that you really are serious about this. So that's going to help mend things for you. And it does look like you're going to do that or do something close to that in the future here, because this is like an apology to heal things. It's really wanting to be vulnerable and authentic with her, and express your feelings to her truly from the heart. Maybe ask her on a date or something, or ask her, to make that commitment to talk on a regular basis or something. And you cannot ask for a commitment from her if you're not committed in the same way. So this is about getting on the same page and just really being real with each other. So he wants to do this for you, feminines, and he really, some of them want to get you naked, I have to say. They want to show you that day or night, they show up consistently with their heart. So as a little wink from the universe, we have a couple little winks. He feels divine intervention is kind of kicking his butt, telling him to get in his power. So he's just trying to figure out when is strategically, like, when is the time to do this? When do I take action and quit delaying? He could also know that when he actually does take this action, it's going to make a bunch of things crumble down in his world. So he's got to be ready, in a sense. It's like going to have a domino effect. And so he's got to be ready to kind of just be strong through that and be able to handle that and be able to take it mentally, emotionally, and in all ways. He's got to be prepared to go forward and to take some action. So, let him feel that out, let him figure that out for himself so that he feels solid. Taking that next step. Now, masculines also, you can't expect, just like, when you're having a baby, you can't overplan everything. You keep putting it off for years because you're waiting for the perfect time, perfect amount of money in your account, and the perfect blah, 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 but you can't quit making excuses if that's what you're doing. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, like, you just have to be flexible in your mind. You have to be willing to roll with the punches. This punch is thrown, you duck this way. This punch is thrown, you duck that way. That's really all you got to be willing to do, is be flexible and don't give up on your relationship. Just be able to be totally committed to it, to seeing it through and being there for her, and you guys just being a cohesive team. That's all that really matters, is the two of you having communication on a regular basis and trusting each other and having rapport. That's all that matters. Everything else is like, you guys can pick up the pieces together and make of it what you will. But yeah, you don't have to have all your shit together. You don't have to have anything. She loves you as you are. You could come naked with no money. This woman is not your karmic. She's not going to care. She will work with you to try to pick up the pieces and try to put something together that feels good for you both. And that's what both of your objective needs to be. Like, how can I give to this situation my very best from the most authentic place possible? And how do we repair things and go forward together? So he might surprise you with some communication, or he might be admitting to you and telling you the truth about somebody who was really cold-hearted and lied to him. Or maybe he was cold-hearted and lied, and he's going to be admitting that. So it's really been pressing on him, but ultimately he's willing to do all this and wants to do all this because he can't get you off of his mind, and he can't stop thinking about you, looking at you, spying on you, and knowing he knows it in his heart of hearts that he has that bright future with you, and he can have that success and victory with you. Okay. So that's like the main theme and the main energy, is that he definitely, he's getting ready. It feels like he's getting ready. And maybe even Valentine's Day, if he didn't reach out to you, was some kind of a gut check for him. He may have even, yes. It gave him clarity somehow. Wow, a double yes. It totally gave him clarity. Maybe he needed to do it because he needed to see what somebody else was made of. You know, your masculine is always comparing you to other women and finding them not worthy because they're not you. That's what happens when you fall in love with somebody. It's just like they're just not that person. No matter how hard I try or who I date or who I meet or whatever, they just don't compare. And it's not even a comparison like, this one's prettier than that one, or this one has this and that. It's not any kind of like a pro and con list necessarily. It's just like you have their heart. You have their heart and they love you. And that's the and they just don't, they can't have that for anybody else. It just doesn't happen. So all right. So I'm gonna pick like a couple cards from each deck. The world truth cards. Can you guys even imagine what's about to come out of here? The world truth cards. Oh, gosh. Tell us something about this connection or about this masculine with these world truth cards, please. Oh, Lord. Please don't say clone. All this drama will soon be over and you will be relieved. Yes, that's the communication he wants to provide for you, feminines. He wants to give you clarity and help you feel like, well, thank God, finally, an explanation. The best is yet to come, so go forward fearlessly and full of hope. You won't be sorry. It's time to assert yourself powerfully and embrace your full potential. You are guaranteed a positive outcome. Can you even believe it? This deck has some crazy stuff in it, and those are the cards that we get. They said one more. Oh, okay. Interesting. This could involve something that's dangerous. There could be a threat to your life or safety in this. Do not trust it. Look deeper into this with caution. All right. So can you explain that? Oh, you may be going on a journey, vacation, voyage, cruise, or traveling. Pack your bags. So I feel like your masculine, one of the things that he's having to prepare for are people who would actually be out for you guys in some way, shape, or form. He has to make sure that it's safe. I mean, maybe he has a stalker, or maybe he's got, people who could, depending on if it's a high profile thing, it could be somebody really is out to get them or out to get you, and they know that. So they just want to make sure everything is covered. They just want to make sure you guys are going to be okay. Something will conclude or resolve within a few months. So I guess we'll find out what that is. I mean, if he's working with the alliance or the military or something like that, he may not have to be doing that anymore in a few months, but he'll probably explain that to you when you guys get a chance to talk here coming up. Okay. So, this will not happen. This will not happen. Whatever they're afraid of, like of a kind of a life or death type situation, is not going to happen. Spirit is going to make sure that you guys are protected. And what popped in my head was that I did so many videos lately that I don't remember which one it was, but we definitely pulled the card on "You Are Safe." So that's what popped in my head when I saw that. I think your masculine is just overly cautious, and I think that's a good thing. He's really looking out for you. Okay, so the mini deck. I'm having commitment. He's been having commitment issues right now because he doubts his ability to make good decisions, and he's afraid to go through yet another breakup. I have to learn how to trust myself more. I think that's been one reason that he's gone back and forth is that he's gotten burned before. So, we all go through that. We all go through that. And hopefully they realize that you are different than other people, and that you are actually, sincere, mature, grown up. You can handle things, that there are things that set you apart from other women. They're not going to go through the same stuff. I love the saying, marry somebody who you would feel comfortable divorcing in a way, like, that they would treat you kindly in a divorce. They'd let you have whatever, and they would be totally cooperative with you. And they'd just be like, yeah, you take all the money, or you take whatever means something to you, just go ahead. They're not going to be like, give me, and take. Don't marry somebody who would be like that. And you would know in your heart of hearts whether they would fight you, if they're not getting what they want, they would fight you, or if it's somebody who would just be like, you know what, I love you. I want you to be happy. If this is what you want to do, then do it and I'll support you. Marry somebody like that. And that's what your divine feminine is, you guys, and you know it. I love how you think you're really inspiring me. You are such a remarkable person, and I can't wait to have you at my right hand once I start acting like the person I know that I'm meant to be as well. So that's, again, kind of implying the same thing, that he's been working hard to become the person that he knows that you deserve to have next to you. I feel like such a coward. I'm so discouraged about my people pleasing. It's a hard habit to break, but it's time to start putting myself first because I want you to know why can't I read? Start putting myself first because I want you, and I know I have to do this. Okay. So being with you somehow, he knows that he can't be a people pleaser anymore. He doesn't have the heart to do that to you. Don't be surprised if I show up at your door. So what's he going to do about his commitment issue? They said decide to take a leap of faith, because what else is he going to do? I mean, how long can you sit on a fence like that? You have to finally just take that leap of faith and just trust that it's okay. So you either trust that it's going to work out, or you trust that when it ends, it's all going to work out, that everything's going to be okay, because almost everything ends. You could be with each other 2 years. You could be with each other 50 years. I mean, there is no guarantee to any of it, but, marry that person who would be nice to you no matter what happens. Or, I know that there's the fear of death too, but, I mean, wouldn't you rather love the person for the rest of your life and have that time with them and then have lost them than to not have even gone that direction at all, and then to suffer through more karmics? You know what I mean? It only makes sense to go forward with this person that you love genuinely. You know what I mean? It only makes sense. So why him and ha forever when you're ultimately just going to do it? Okay. The body talk deck. This is what your body would say to you if it could. No, but we're using it for the masculines right now. This is so funny. Wow, you got to let go of past trauma. You got to let go of past trauma, masculines. The feminines have done it. They've worked on it. They're willing to love again. They've been hurt as bad as you have. Trust me. I could really use some sexual healing. Damn straight, feminines, you know what I mean. It's been a long time, right? You both could use some of that sexual healing. I think I'm getting too much exercise. It's stressing me out, and I realize I might be running away from something. So masculines, if you're exerting yourself too much, if you're, quit running, quit distracting yourself with all that stuff. Just take a good look. It's time to go deep. I need to detox to get some toxins out. So masculines watching this, you might want to detox. If you've taken the V, I've heard the J, and J is the only one you can detox. Otherwise, you're pretty screwed. Just saying, that's what I've heard. So yeah, I don't know. That's another issue. A lot of people are asking me, like, should I date somebody who's had the V? And I'm like, no, not unless you know what kind they had, and they have detoxed like crazy to get rid of the stuff out of them. Heavy metals, get rid of all those nanobots. You guys aren't going to be, if you don't want kids, maybe. And if you don't care about your body, because their little nanobots are going to go inside your body, inside their white stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so no, I don't know. It's hard because, you want to, True love makes you do crazy things. But you guys have to have that conversation. You got to have that conversation. And I don't know. If you could have somebody who's had it versus somebody who hasn't had it, the one that hasn't had it would be more favorable, I would think. Why do you take so much on yourself? Get some help. So maybe the masculines are just trying to like grunt through it all by themselves without asking anybody for any help. But masculines, you can reach out for help. You can ask for help. Just go to the right people. Some amount of stress is a good thing. Change is inevitable. So quit trying to hold on to what's been familiar. Break outside your comfort zone. Do something different. I think I'm beautiful and amazing. I just need you to see it too. Wow. Oh my gosh. I think both of you could definitely need to hear that. I'd like you to affirm for me everything I consume is benefiting me tremendously. I am healing more with every breath. I'm going to repeat that. Here's what you affirm to yourself, okay? Everything I consume is benefiting me tremendously. I am healing more with every breath. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. Yeah, I'd like to flesh out some metals if you can find an effective way to do that. There's a really great, it's called a sauce on the antiagingbed.com site. Their sauce is very effective in getting out heavy metals. But I've put, I think, a number of different ways to do that. If you have emailed me or if you want to email me and just put health protocol, those exact words, please, health protocol in all caps in the subject, you send that to me. I'll give you a whole list of places that I know that you can go to detox and to get rid of those any kind of stuff in your system. Okay. Oh, and Sky in Telegram, go to my Telegram channel, and it is public now. Just put in my name. It should pop right up in Telegram. Join my channel and take a look on there because I mentioned Sky Prince. She has said recently, a long time ago, she said that you cannot fix the damage from the V in the med beds. But now she's retracted that, I guess. And she says that they can repair you. Before she said that if it has like broken your DNA, like if it's damaged your DNA beyond repair, then it can't help you. It can only help you if your DNA is intact. But apparently that's changed. I don't know. So yeah, it's possible. It's possible that you could actually, you could get fixed by a med bed. Something to consider for those of you who have to be together, even though one of you has had the B. Oh man, these times. Can you even believe? Okay, so these are the pet cards. They look like ears, right? Okay, I don't like that person, place, or thing you're wondering about or talking about all the time. I want you to be happy. So that's for you masculines, I believe, that are in toxic relationships. So your pet is looking at that and going, what the hell are you thinking? Like, why are you that? No, that person, no, that doesn't, but also the masculines could be saying that to you, feminines, if you're dating somebody, or, maybe they're just saying like, I want you to be happy. And I know that you'd be happy with me. I don't think you'd be happy with that guy or settling for that one or that, no, I know that I can make you happy, period. I love the many ways you make me feel special. Thank you. Your intuition is right on about me. You're tuning into me telepathically, and I love how in tune we truly are. So maybe you feel and sense him in the 5D and vice versa. You guys know that you have that. together. I'm bored and I need more fun in my life. And that fun would be you. They're bored without you. I just heard they're bored without you. Oh, is this my forever home? I hope so. Oh, oh my God. Oh, both of you want this to be forever. That's the thing about true love, is that you guys actually do want to be together for the rest of your lives, forever, ever, ever, ever. Both of you really do want that. That's your intention. You're not in it for the money. You're not in it for the whatever. If I go, I want to come back to you somehow as soon as possible. So I don't think they want to be away from you anymore. If they come see you, it's like they want to turn right back around and come back. It's like they can't stand the thought of, going back and forth and back and forth. They really want to be settled down. I'd like a different kind of food. I have no idea what that's about, but that's interesting. Maybe they want to eat more like you do or something. Oh, I could use more training to help me understand what you want. Well, that comes in any relationship. You guys will just be honest with each other and share with each other and help each other understand each other. I'm very uncomfortable with all the changes. I could use some reassurance, please. Yeah, these masculines, they really get in their comfort zone, and it stretches them. It really does. But masculines, you'll be just fine. Just fine. The more you can embrace change, the better off you'll be, especially in this world right now. Now, I have these cards. You guys were really like, can we get an Annie and Nala deck? Please, please, please. And I've been working on them for a while, and I'm not sure. Some of these might be blanks. I'm not sure. I haven't even looked at them or touched them for a long time. I just thought I'd pull a couple of them. Okay. So this is from, which one is this? Okay. Oh, these are Nala. Okay. So I'm gonna pick some from Nala. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, which ones? The two in the middle? All right. Okay. Whenever changes happen, I stay optimistic about what good things will be in it for you. For you? For me? Always anticipate these new things are just new tools your inner MacGyver can use to his advantage. How interesting. I don't remember writing this for her. Whenever changes happen, I stay optimistic about what good things will be in it for you. Always anticipate these new things are just new tools your inner MacGyver can use to his advantage. How interesting is that? Okay, so here's another one. Stop to look in the mirror from time to time, whether at yourself or another, to see if you're seeing things clearly or might need a change in perspective. Make a list of what you don't like and see how you are doing the same or are the same in some way. So like, don't project, like see what you see in somebody else is actually what you don't like about yourself. And even what you do like about somebody is in yourself as well. So make sure that you're doing that deeper look and changing your perspective if need be. Okay, so Annie, a message from Annie. Okay. Oh, yeah, she's got more to say. She's pretty darn vocal too. Wow, she's got quite a few more cards. Nala only had like 4. It's pretty indicative of them too. Okay. All right, what does Annie want to say? What does Annie want to say? This could be a really long one. Sorry, guys. If you ever get yourself in a pickle, run and hide. great. Annie, you're so funny. Sometimes when you worry all the time, your body is tense and you jump at every shadow. It's good to stop and consciously direct your attention to something like a trickling stream, the flicker of a flame. Listen to some birds to let the stress drain away. Wow, that's kind of cool. Stay hyper aware with all your senses. Pay attention to every sound, sight, smell, movement, and how you feel experiencing it. Become one with your situation, and things may just come to light you weren't expecting. That's interesting. I now try to see the good in people, even if they're initially very unfamiliar. You eventually find endearing qualities about them. Oh, that's interesting too. Those are neat. I'm glad I brought those out. I feel like there's one more. That one. If someone adores you, don't test them or test your limits. Just appreciate how they make your life better. And notice how or if their actions and words are the same. If they align, go out of your way to give back sometimes. Wow. Wow. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. All right. So now one more deck is the one that's being printed right now. And it is available on my website. It's the Spirit Talk deck. So if you guys order, I actually am getting it from the company, sent directly from the company to you until I have them in my hands as well. So what does Spirit have to say right now about this connection? That's interesting, huh? You know in your gut this isn't right. So something that you're doing, is not the right thing, and you need to be listening to that. When you get that gut instinct that something is wrong, what are you doing? So they just said, don't be giving into toxic behavior or manipulation. Shortcuts never pay off. At the end of the day, make the decision that'll make you drift off to sleep with a smile on your face. See? So if it's keeping you awake at night because it's really bothering you, then you ought not be doing it. Okay. That's one of those things you want to ditch in your life. Get rid of those things that bother you like that. We're doing all we can to help comfort and encourage you. We love you so much. Oh, Spirit's got you. You don't have a thing to worry about. Praise if you've already received what you're asking for and it's yours. I mean, they're totally like, hey, we'll give it to you. Just ask. But you got to pray as if it's already happened. Thank you, God, so much that you made this so easy for me, that you just made it like a no-brainer, and you made everything obvious, and you made all these solutions pop up out of nowhere. I'm so unbelievably grateful. Be saying that. Do that thing that stretches your faith. You won't be disappointed. Be conscious of your breath and sensations in your body more. So be more present in the moment, in other words. You need to remove that toxic person or group from your life if you want things to change. If you want a better life and you want to line up with your happiness, that's the two cards that I got earlier that I saw. Your masculine is making a major decision to choose happiness. Now, masculines, that means that you're going to have to sacrifice everything, and I mean everything, that does not make you bounce up and down, excited, happy, okay? Anybody who's bringing you drama, who's trying to tell you what to do, who's trying to boss you around, anybody who is basically not allowing you to just be yourself and do whatever you want to do, anybody who's trying to control you, anybody who's trying to put the V in you, anybody who's trying to, cause any kind of an issue in your life, and that isn't the people that you want remaining, and maybe there's only just you. Honestly, get honest with yourself. But, if you're the only one who brings you peace, then fine. That's what you need to stand for. You may have to eliminate everything. You may have to ditch your career, your job, your location, your everything. Like, you may have to ditch things if they aren't bringing you happiness. You know, if they're not giving back to you, you have to love yourself in order to be in a happy life, a truly happy. Do you want to be happy? You really want to be happy? I mean, it looks like you guys are making that decision to do that. That means that you know, all you got to do is ditch all the stuff that doesn't make you happy, and there you are, just left and happy. That's it. And you'll be happy there. You know, just go to happy and ditch everything else. You have nothing to fear but the thoughts you're entertaining. Okay? It's your thoughts. Your thoughts are your only monster. You should take more time to quiet your mind and tune into the subtle world. We have your back. Your mind is the only thing that doesn't. So quit overthinking things. Why do you doubt? Why do you doubt? The kingdom of God is within you. Simply walk through those gates and drop the rest, and you'll be taken care of. Okay, so the kingdom of God is within you. That's the presence. That's the quiet within you. You have nothing to fear but the thoughts you're entertaining. Someone needs a bit of, maybe everybody needs a bit of tough love if you're to live, and if you're to love yourself and live the life you want. Okay. When spirit talks, it's time to take action. Train yourself to pay attention to those nudges and act quickly. Don't say, oh yeah, I feel like I'm being pushed to do this, that, and the other thing. Oh, I think I'll wait a couple weeks. No, when you get those nudges, like, act on it right now, immediately. Okay. Or your life, you know, that discomfort volume is going to go way up until you finally get your butt going. All right. So let's go through some of these. First, I want to pick some numbers. These numbers may or may not mean something to you guys, but and nobody, you know, this has nothing to do with anything that, except that there were 60 of these, you know, love signs. So I just thought I'd cut the numbers up too and just come up with some numbers here. 8. We have the number 8. So if 8 means anything to you, and 11, of course. 8 and 11. And 18. And 2 blank ones. One more. Well, maybe a couple more. All right. 59, 2, and 42. And you guys could look those up if you want to. Okay. This one says Treehouse. Okay, so if Treehouse resonates for you, or if Treehouse sounds like something that makes you think of your person or a memory with your person, then this message is for you. Oh, well, this person you're involved with or that you love wants to come charging in and fix that broken heart and heal that broken heart. And he may be doing so by wanting to have a child with you, possibly. But he knows that you guys have been heartbroken and enough. You know, he really wants to fly forward and do whatever. Look at that. I mean, he's strong, right? He's strong and he's valiant and he's flying forward to go do something about his baby. He wants to do something about maybe he calls you his baby, but he definitely wants to heal things with you. I feel like he could even be seeing red strings and things, and maybe sunflowers. Sunflowers could be a thing for you, but he does plan to come forward with some communication to make things clear, give you clarity, and to kind of save the broken heart. He wants to save your broken heart. How sweet. Okay. Wait, I want to get these out too. What is this one? You're Always on My Mind by Elvis Presley. Oops, there's one here. 57. How interesting. I don't know how that even got there. So You're Always on My Mind by Elvis Presley. So, okay, I feel like I'm going to pull some masculine cards for that. I'm dealing with an addiction right now. Please let me deal with this on my own so I can feel empowered and confident starting a new life with you. I know I can do this. Okay. I feel unsafe, fragile, and vulnerable right now, totally out of my element. Please pray for my protection while I figure out my way through this illusion and into my power. I honestly think somebody's doing black magic on me or something. If you know how to fix that, could you please? I just feel blocked at every turn. It's aggravating. So it sounds like he's in a really difficult place right now. So let me offer a blessing up for this. Whenever that card comes up about black magic, I want to help. Hamana sa shi lakeen ha ama aha and ike. Shin chin sa se he lakem. Ha pomama homa hana te la. Shin ike la sanse. Okay, they're going to get to the heart of the matter, and they're going to have some kind of an epiphany. I hope you're ready to make some major life changes quickly, because I'm going to sweep you away. Think about simplifying your life as best you can, because I anticipate this moving fast. So he's going to have some kind of an epiphany now that I did the blessing, and he's going to come. He's going to come show up at your door, possibly. Holy cow! Wow! Wow! I guess that made a difference. They just said, Spirit just said, you bet. All right. Cupid's bow. Cupid's bow. All right. So anybody who resonates with that. I'm finally starting to love myself enough to open up to you loving me, but I'm shaky. I'm on shaky legs yet, but I'm headed in the right direction. I want to work on this so I'm not too needy and push you away. My love, I have unwavering faith in us. In fact, I've never believed in anything like I believe in us. Please hold the space for this while I figure out how we can start building the best life we can together. You're pushing me away, trying to control this. Please give me space right now so I can make decisions that are based on what I truly want in my core, not because you're pressuring me. I feel unsafe, vulnerable right now. Please, totally out of my element. Please pray for my protection while I figure my way out of this illusion in power. Okay, so let's pray for this guy too. Clarity. I feel like I'm just going to do a blessing for all of these masculines to gain clarity and have epiphanies that help them to realize things that break them through any kind of blockage and help them go into their ultimate happy life. I'm afraid you're seeing someone else. I don't want to reach out and get rejected. So whatever you want to do about that. I'm so shy, I shake when I think of reaching out to you. I've tried so many times. It's hard for me to be as vulnerable as I know I'm going to have to be with you. Okay, so it looks like he is going to try to reach out sometime soon. Just be prepared to answer that question, whether you're seeing somebody or not. Okay. Lake. 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 I dream of a future with you sometimes, but sometimes worry if it'll ever amount to anything. I know I'll get a second win, but I'm feeling discouraged right now. I'll do my best to stay positive though. So he may have gotten, I'm still trying to get over my ex and related wounds. Please give me space while I heal and know that once I lick my wounds, I'll come to you properly healed. I've really been through the ringer. So that's why he's thinking it may not ever go anywhere. I've given this so much thought, though, and I know this to be my deepest truth. I choose you. No matter how things look on the outside, you are my person, and I only want you. Please trust that. Wow. So he knows. He's just, feeling reluctant because of the ex, I guess. You are my angel, the guiding light in my ascension, the light at the end of this dark tunnel I'm in. I'm like a moth to your flame, and I plan to run to you as soon as I overcome this. Oh, good for him. I mean, he's yeah, you're guiding him through to the other side. I don't care what others think of us. We're perfect for each other, and that's all that matters. So maybe that's the thing that's making him feel like it won't ever go anywhere, is because he's still people pleasing and because he's hurt by the ex. So just let him get over those things and just keep on shining your bright light, because that's what's bringing him to you. Shakespeare in love. Shakespeare in love. Uh-oh, I've chosen to date someone else right now, so please respect that and give me time and space to see what I truly want. If we're truly destined, I'll see that clearly as I explore this. That's true. Whenever these guys date those other people, they find them, find them lacking. I was going to say, I'm finally starting to love myself enough to be open to you loving me. See, they date those other people to kind of test the waters, to kind of warm up to you. And then they make, they treat them so bad that they, finally, or they're so boring, or they're just lacking a lot. So they start to love themselves enough to want to be with you, because they keep being drawn back to you and keep thinking of you and whatnot. So yeah, he's starting to love himself. He's on shaky legs, but he's headed in the right direction. That's good. Please give me the space that I need. I have to figure this out on my own so I can feel proud of myself. I'm dealing with an addiction right now. Please let me deal with this on my own so I feel empowered and confident starting a new life with you. Turns out you were right and my ego is bruised, but I ultimately want you in my life more than I need to be right. I just have to swallow my pride a minute, and I'm not used to this feeling. I miss you so much, my heart aches, and I cry too. I just can't reach out just yet until my situation is cleared up a bit. Know that I think of you all the time, and I want you in my life as soon as possible. Wow. Okay, one more. Florida. Okay. There we go. Oh, I wish you knew just how special you are to me. It kills me not to be able to tell you. You amaze me with your compassion and kindness through this time apart. I promise I'll make this up to you. I feel, oh, I didn't realize that there was an error in that card. Okay. No, it's not. I feel right now choosing you would take me in the wrong direction. I'm scared I'll go off course with my life. Please give me time to sort this out and decide what's right for me. So I guess you just got to give him time to figure that out. I'm watching all you do or say publicly. I may be driving by you, asking folks about you, or finding anything out I can, any way that I can. I just don't want you to go anywhere, and I want to stay apprised. Sounds like he's just got to make up his mind. Don't be surprised if I show up at your door. I just want you to know that there's nothing I don't love about you in your life. I don't care about our differences, even if I used to use them as lame excuses. I choose you, not my ego or any obstacles, just you and all that comes with. Aw. If you haven't been with someone in a long time, you may want to get your body ready for a change. That's funny. I have to take care of a child matter right now, or someone who's dependent on me. I can't move forward till it's taken care of and I feel like it's stabilized. Thank you for your patience. And I'm in the middle of a legal matter that would be affected by me contacting you. So I'll reach out when it's okay to do so. All right. Okay. I feel like grabbing a couple of romance cards, and then we're going to do a Mary Magdalene message and be done. calling in your soulmate. Now, for some of you, it means that, you're kind of tired of the wait. And so you're bringing in somebody else that's not a twin flame, but like a soul flame or a soulmate, somebody else. You're just like leaving it up to the universe as to what's delivered to you. I want somebody who's ready, somebody who's stable, somebody who's wanting to be at this level of commitment, ready to give back to me equally, and you're bringing it and you're calling it in. Or it could be that, you've been that guiding light for your twin flame and they're finally, just about right behind you in that picture. So trust, the situation is calling for you to have faith. I feel like that's mostly the masculine, but for some of you, it's just that you just need to hold out just a little bit longer, It'll be worth waiting for. Oh, I just felt a masculine start crying when I said that. Oh, you guys are going to need to forgive each other because this has been a learning experience. It's something that'll make you guys stronger though in the long haul. So have that heart-to-heart conversation that brings all this together and helps you guys doing that forgiving and learning, so you guys can go forward stronger than ever. Okay. Mary Magdalene, what is your message for us today, Mary? What would you like us to know in the month of March? What do we need to know about love in the month of March for these true love partners? I was going to say companions. Isn't that funny? Our true love companions, serendipity. My throat's getting dry. When you're clearing your throat a lot too, that's the masculines wanting to talk to you. And I looked at sacred sexuality when I said that. Maybe wanting to make love to you. Okay. Serendipity. Over the coming days, pay attention to little synchronicities that stem from unexpected events. A life-changing event or inspiration will soon reveal itself. Wow. Probably in our world, perhaps when you least expect it and in the most unlikely place. Through this event, you gain a deeper awareness of the spiritual realm that surrounds you. It sounds like a tower moment is coming. This results in a heightened sensitivity, and you realize that you are being spiritually guided towards new and rewarding experiences with your feminine. A serendipitous event leads you to new creative possibilities and positive opportunities. New friendships are formed and many blessings come your way. They didn't say blessings, I did, because we're learning. Okay, so basically divine intervention is going to, step in pretty soon here in the month of March. It's going to make you masculines finally feel like, I got to do this. I got to reach for this new thing and I got to do it now. And I got to leave the past behind me and just start this new chapter already. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed this and have yourselves a beautiful week. And I will actually talk to you next month, April. All right, bye.